Okay, so I am out today, and you have a sub. So the first thing you should do is take out your cover sheet for this unit, which is stretching and shrinking. And you're going to update your title to include today, which is stretching and shrinking, investigation 2.1, your notes. Again, this page is only going to be your notes only. I will check your homework on a regular basis, so you don't need to add your homework to here. So just notes. And again, please place them in this order. Easy points, all you do is follow along with us in class, fill out your notes, and then turn them in at the end. A lot of you guys are digging through your bags at the end of the unit, trying to find things. So please try as much as possible to stay organized throughout the day. All right, moving on. Today we are doing 2.1. It looks something like this. So your notes will look like this. Today's date is the 1st of November 2018. Okay, and these are some rules that we got to think about for the lesson today. So the rule it asks for, we're going to talk about that as we go through the lesson. It asks you to, how do you follow the rule? You're going to give an example, and then it talks about the characters, and our most important character is our mug. His name is Mug, that's actually his name, and he is going to represent the original. Okay, the original, the before, he's our pre-image character. Okay, so in order to make any of this make sense, we actually have to go to the back of the page, which looks like this. Okay, and we've got 5 characters. We've got Mug, Zug, Lug, Bug, and Glug, and we only have 2 graphs, so we're going to put them in 3 of them on one, 2 of them on the other. So the top one will get Mug. They will also get Zug. And they will get Bug. The bottom one down here is going to be Lug and Glug. Lug and Glug. So most of the time people will forget as they're working, and they end up with a couple of too many characters in the wrong place. So please be a little weary of who goes where. All right, so I'm going to do Mug in red, as I mentioned earlier in my ink over here. So Mug is our original, okay, and our original gets all these points. So I'm going to connect all these points together, okay, and then I'm going to take a little bit of break, and then I'll connect these points together, and then I'll connect these points together, and then these two will make dots. Okay, on your handout, beware. This number here is kind of cut off. That 6 is cut off here, but it's actually a 6. You just can't see it. The hole punch went right through it. All right, so I'm going to plot all these points on my graph. Okay. Now, zoom in here a little bit. Our x values. Okay, so the x values, the first number will either go to the right or it'll go to the left. If it's positive, it'll go to the right. If it's negative, it'll go to the left. And our second number, our y value, it's positive, it goes up. If it's negative, it goes down. But because we are dealing with all positives, all of our numbers and will go to the right and then up. Okay, so right and left first, and then up or down second. Okay, so that first point is 0, 1. So 0, 1, I'm going to graph that point. I'm going to go start here. I'm going to go 0 spaces left and right. Then I'll go 1 space up. Done. Then I'm going to connect it to the next point. 2 spaces to the right, 1 space up. I'm going to connect it to that point. Connect these together. Then 2, 0. Then 3, 0. 3, 1. And then 2 spaces to 5, 1. 1 space down to 5, 0. I know I'm going a little fast, so if you need to pause the video so you can keep up. I know it's going quickly. I've done this probably hundreds of times. 6, 0 goes this way. 6, 1 goes up. 8, 1 goes to the right all the way 8 and 1 space over. 6, and 7, cross right there. So I'm going to have a dot at that point, but I'm not going to use these lines. I'm just trying to find that point. And then I'll connect these 2 points together. The next one is 2 comma 7. Here's 2, there's 7. So I'm going to put a point right where that was. 2 comma 7. Connect these two. Done. Good. Okay. Then you're going to continue on with the next 2 parts. This ends up being his mouth, and this one ends up being his nose. These are his eyes. So you're going to plot all those points. Okay. Go ahead and pause here. Give about 5 minutes to plot those points. Then you can play again. Okay, now that those 5 minutes are up, point should look something like this. Okay, the next one is 3 comma 4, 4 comma 5, 5 comma 4, and then connect. And then lastly, those are his eyes. There's Mug. That's what he looks like. Beautiful dude. Okay. Right. Now, these are all done. So when we need to fill out the next column, it'll be very, very similar. But they gave us a rule. Okay. These numbers across the top represents our rules. So you'll see it right here. Zug is in purple. Okay. And these are our rules. So the rule says 2x and 2y. What that means is my x will be doubled because it says 2x. Okay, so 0 times 2 is still 0. 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. So get all these out of the way so they're not confusing. Okay, I'm going to double every number in this group. So I will have 4 comma 0, 6 comma 0, 6 comma 2, and you can go ahead and finish the rest. Double each of these, 10 comma 2. Okay, pause the video as you need to. Numbers should look something like this. Okay, zoom out so you can see them. If you need to, pause it. And once you're done, you can start plotting him. Okay, he should look something like this. 2 comma 0, 4 comma 2, and you're going to plot them right on top of each other, okay, which is fine, because we don't have anywhere else to put it. Go, and then I go all the way to 16, then 12, 14, 12, 14. Okay, cool. Connect these dots there. 4, 14. There is Zug. Okay. Now Zug and Mug are going to be similar to each other because they are the same shape, just different sizes. 4. They're just going to be not a little bit bigger. He's like double the size, literally. Double the X, double the Y. There he goes, nose. And then we should have 12, 10. There you go. Cool. There's Zug. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and graph the rest. Now, here's the trick for these. Okay, because a lot of people make mistakes for these. Lug is in black ink. So from lug, it says 3x and 1y. What that means is you're going to triple the x. Okay, 0 times 3 is still 0. And the y stays the same because it doesn't have a multiplier. Okay, so it's going to look something like this. 0, comma 1. Okay, 2 times 3 is going to be 6, comma 1. 6, comma 0. 9, comma 0. 9, comma 1. The y value stays the same because here the y value isn't changed. Okay, the pattern is the same, and remember, every single time you need to go back to the original. Okay, so you're always going and comparing to mug. These are all images over here. Okay, they're all images of mug, but these mug will always be your original. Okay, so I'll do the first few columns for you. This should be 0, 3. This should be 6, 2, 3, 6, 3, 6, 0, 9, 0, 3, 3, etc. And then this one, the x stays the same now, and then the y gets tripled. So you're kind of flipping it compared to lug. So I'm going to keep the x the same, 0, 3. I tripled that 1, tripled this one over here. 2, 3, 2, 0, 3, 0, 3, 3. Again, these values are all tripling from these values here. These values are all staying the same. Okay, and then you're going to graph each one of them. Sorry, these are all in the wrong color. These should all be gray. Okay, take a few minutes, get that filled out, and then graph them. Okay, should take you about 15 to 20 minutes, not much longer than that. Okay, if you're working diligently, 15 minutes is plenty of time. Okay, your guy's eye over here. Okay, so go ahead and get graphing. Take about 15 to 20 minutes. Pause the video if you need to. Work time, work time, work time. All right, so here, this is what it looks like when it's all done. Okay. What we have is mug, zug, and bug, which are similar figures. And I know that they're similar figures because they are all the same shape, but they are different sizes. Different sizes. And over here, down here on the bottom, we've got lug and glug. They look the same, kind of. They look like they're from the same universe or so, but they are not the same shape. Okay, one is wider and one is taller. They're just different, which is fine, but they are not going to be what we call related to mug because they are definitely look very, very different. Okay, so these three are all related. They're all similar. These three are not related because they are not similar. Now you can go to the front, start answering some of the questions. Okay, so when the questions ask about rules, okay, again we're talking about these items here. These are our rules. Okay, those are your rules. Okay, so what is a coordinate rule? Okay, and how do you follow the rules? Provide an example. Okay. So go ahead and answer those two questions. Take a few times. Pause the video. Should be working for about 5, maybe 7 minutes or so. Okay. All right. So what is a coordinate rule? The rule is how you change the original. Okay. It tells you to either double or triple a certain value, triple your x or triple your y, whatever it might be. How do you follow the rule? Well, based on whatever mathematical operation in there, that's what you're going to do. This one says double. Okay, this one says double. So I'm going to double each of the values. For example, if my coordinate points were 1 and 2, they now become 2 and 4. The 1 doubles to 2, the 2 doubles to 4. Okay. One is a pre-image and one is the image. Now it says compare the characters to mug, which are imposters, not the members of the Wump family. Imposters are not similar, so only the ones that are similar are going to be part of the Wump family. The Wump, if you look at your table, is actually his last name, so that's who they are, the Wumps. Okay. And what are some things that are the same about the mugs and the others, and what are the things that are different about all 5 characters? Okay. You can go ahead and answer those on your own, and your homework will look like this, very similar to what we did today, but you have mug, glub, sum, tum, and crumb, and you're only making the mouth and the nose. You don't have to do the whole body. You can if you'd like to, but you don't have to. And you're going to graph it on the back of your paper, which looks like this. Okay. There's 4 spaces for each one of them. Even though there's 5 characters, you don't have to graph mug if you don't want to. Okay. You answer these questions, you'll get to go. That'll take you about, again, homework doesn't take longer than 15 to 20 minutes. If you are good about doing your work in a timely manner, you should be done before class is over. Okay. Again, like I mentioned before, please be on your best behavior. Maybe I didn't mention it before, but I do enjoy coming back to see my notes from the subs that are positive. I don't like hearing bad things about you guys. So please do your best work, and the sub should have something to do for you when you are all done.